Ba 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 Hello and welcome to Pass Fail, a Zoom class, but also a game show in a format that I refuse to accept as dated. I am your professor slash host, Jack, and we have three wonderful returning student contestants this week. This week we have Emily.
Hi.
How are you, Emily?
Oh, I'm swell. How are you?
Good. I'm doing all right. Thank you.
Good to be back.
Good. I'm glad to have you back. Is there anything that you know about that you're hoping comes up in today's Pass Fail?
I don't know a lot.
Okay.
And I hope it doesn't show.
Good. We have returning student contestant Nick.
Hey, how's it going?
Nick is a long-time returner to the show. Nick sat out the second season of Pass Fail, but there's also been 2.5 years since the last Pass Fail aired, so I guess we've all taken a big break.
It's true. I'm excited to kind of return to what I used to do in Zoom classes, which was drink and play video games and not pay attention. So this is going to be great.
Good. I'm glad to have you here. And finally, in the truest of Zoom class fashions, we have Steve. Steve, where are you coming to us live from today?
I'm in the parking lot of a Dunkin' Donuts along Route 22.
Whoa.
I was on my way to go to work.
Dunkin' Donuts? That's not what's on your shirt.
Listen. My brand loyalty is to you, not to the goose.
Thank you. That's all I've ever wanted to hear from you. Now, this isn't just a Zoom call where I make some chit chat with friends of mine. It's a game show with prizes that I'm too cheap to pay for. So if you win Pass Fail this week, the prize is to change my profile picture on all forms of social media. That is Facebook, that is Instagram, Twitter. We'll all find out together in a couple of months. These are places where my friends follow me. These are places where my family follows me. And if Emily wins Pass Fail this week, my profile picture on all forms of social media is going to be... Now help us out. Who is that?
I think that's Kevin.
Okay, good. If anyone I knew was going to know the names of the minions, I trusted you on this.
Actually, I do know their names. I just don't know which is which. But I thought this was apropos, seeing as the Minions Rise of Gru came out recently, and I thought this would be like a nice way for your friends and family on all social media to kind of like just see where you're at in life. And it's like it's only worrying slightly, the message overall, it's like, oh, but
I would agree that it's a window into my soul, and the window needs to be cleaned.
It's kind of like, that's you.
Yeah. If Nick wins on a Pass Fail this week, my profile picture is going to be... Now help us out. Who's that?
Yeah, so that would be hairless Donkey Kong, Jack. And it's true. This was my Discord profile picture for 1 full year.
Good. And did you lose? Did someone win on your game show to cause that, or just for fun?
No.
Okay. And if Steve wins on Pass Fail this week, my profile picture is going to be...
Yeah, I mean, truly, just like Panic sent like the first photo on my camera roll, and that was that. I was at a party last night, and they had an Infinity Gauntlet. And inside the Infinity Gauntlet was a NutriBullet jar, and I just thought that was very jarring. No pun. So there you go.
Wow.
Inevitable.
I'm surprised that there weren't 6 different, smaller, different colored NutriBullet jars.
I wish, but I that would be a lot of power.
So this isn't just a Zoom call where we look at nice pictures of Steve. It's a game show with questions. Those questions are in categories, and this week those categories are going to be answers that rhyme, where I'm going to ask you 2 questions, and the answers are going to rhyme with each other. And the first question is going to be themed around fish. There's going to be chicken or the egg, where I'm going to ask you about 2 historical events, and you told me which came first. This one's going to be themed around video games. As a side note, fish, chicken, egg, and video games are actually the only things I can eat during Lent as a Catholic. There is I could use a win, where I'm just going to ask you some really easy questions in case you need a win. These questions are going to be themed around you. There is going to be blank, but not really, where all of the answers are going to fit into a certain category, but none of the questions are going to be. For the first time in Pass Fail, we've repeated one of these. We're doing Taylor Swift albums because since we've last done Taylor Swift albums, she's released 5. I did the last one before Folklore came out. There's going to be TV firsts, just some questions about the first time things happened on TV. There's not really a gimmick to that one. And finally, within 10, which is a numbers guessing round themed around European cars. Emily, your name comes first in the alphabet. Where do you want to take us?
Where to go? I'm gonna go with Taylor Swift category, please.
All right. So all of these answers are going to be the name of Taylor Swift albums, but none of these questions are going to be about the albums themselves.
Hell yeah.
For example, the Jersey Devil is real, but to non-believers, he's an example of what? Emily.
What is folklore?
Folklore is the answer I am looking for. Next question. In most versions of the story, at what time does Cinderella turn back into a pumpkin? Emily?
What is Midnights?
Yes, Midnights is the answer I'm looking for. Please legally stop saying what is.
Why?
That's not this show, and I can't. I've spent years and years insisting that this is not Jeopardy.
Sorry, I'm a Jeopardy kid.
Stop saying the J word. In which Tolkien battle gives the title to a folk duet on Led Zeppelin's 4th album? Emily.
What is Fearless?
No.
Sorry, the answer's got to be not Fearless. Sorry.
No, I'm not looking for Fearless, not the Battle of Fearless. Nick.
What is the Battle of Helm's Deep?
It is not Taylor Swift's iconic album, Helm's Deep. Steve.
What? Evermore?
Yes, Evermore is in fact the answer I am looking for. Evermore.
Hi, it's me from the future editing this. This is probably the biggest mistake we make all season. This has haunted me for the last 4 months. I know very little about Lord of the Rings, and I was under the impression that the Battle of Evermore is a battle from the books. I am wrong about that. I could see it on Nick's face immediately. I'm still going to give Steve the point because it was my mistake, but I know how wrong this one was. Trust me.
Next question. Which American actress made her film debut in the movie Valentine's Day? Emily.
The answer's got to be Taylor Swift.
Yes, the answer I'm looking for is, in fact, Taylor Swift, based around the self-titled album of the same name. And final question in this round, and I'll say it, my favorite. How would you describe your friend, Taylor S. Version, who climbed into a bear pit at the zoo to save a child? Emily.
Well, the answer's got to be Fearless, Taylor's version.
Yes, Fearless, Taylor's version is the exact answer I am looking for.
That's
So, at the end of that round, Emily has 4 points, Stephen has 1 point, and we're very glad that Nick's here. Nick, your name comes next in the alphabet. Where do you want to take us?
I think I'm gonna save the video games one. So I'm curious about them cars. Take me to the cars.
Right. So within 10, all of these questions are gonna have numbers as answers. Everyone's gonna get to guess in this round, and as long as you get within 10, you get a point. For example, in 1894, the first automobile race was held in France. What was the average speed of the winning car? Emily.
I'm going to say 60.
Do we all?
Yeah, everybody. Nick.
Oh, cool. I'll say 80.
I'll say 40.
40. I will tell you that Steve is the closest. The answer I'm looking for is, in fact, 12. 12 miles per hour.
Like,
Wow, they were so slow in the old days.
That's awesome.
It was 1894. Next question. Held by a group of British mariners, how fast is the world record for the fastest engine change? The answer I'm looking for is in seconds. Nick.
So Guido in Cars does it really quickly. I'm gonna say 15 seconds.
15 seconds, based off of what Guido in Cars does. I'm gonna write all of that down. Emily?
I want to change my answer, so I'll do it now live in person. And the answer that I'm changing it to from the one in my head will be 18 seconds.
18 seconds. Steve?
I'm gonna say 5 seconds.
5 seconds. I will tell you that I've forgotten who is the closest, but no one gets a point. The answer I'm looking for is, in fact, 42. 42 seconds.
That was my third answer, actually.
Good. I'm glad to hear
What you're
that.
saying is the movie Cars is unrealistic.
I wouldn't go that far, but I would say that there are possibly a couple of inconsistencies in the logic of the Cars universe.
Okay, well,
Just a
my life
couple.
hasn't
Just
changed.
no, just a couple. Nothing crazy.
That's fine. I'll deal with this later.
Sounds wrong.
Next question. Percentage-wise, how many Ferrari cars are the company's signature red? Emily?
80%.
80?
I
Yes.
Nick?
don't fucking know. I'm gonna say 75%.
Okay.
I'm gonna lowball and say 25%.
I will tell you, Steve is the closest. The answer I'm looking for is, in fact, 40. 40%.
Well done.
This was about 10 or 15 years ago. The number was a lot closer to 80, and you both probably would have gotten a point. Next question. The longest reported traffic jam was in France in 1980. In miles, how long was it? Emily?
Well, I'm going to say 69 miles.
Nice, very good.
That's awesome. That's really good.
Nick?
I'm gonna say I don't know, 22 miles. Seems pretty long.
Okay. Steve?
I'll come in at a modest 15.
Okay. I'll tell you, Emily was the closest. The answer I'm looking for is, in fact, 109.
Oh,
109-mile long traffic jam in
is
1980.
that not all of France?
It's a good day to not be French, I'll tell you that.
Oof.
And final question in this round. Within one, in 1896, British driver Walter Arnold received the first speeding ticket. In miles per hour, how fast was he going? Emily?
13 miles per hour.
It's tricky, right? Because 2 years prior,
Mm-hmm.
it's 12. How fast do you think, Steve? How fast do you think cars got in 2 years?
I don't know. I don't know because it's hard to say. Maybe he was going downhill and like was just using momentum. So like maybe it was like a freak thing. So it's hard to say.
Why is there
Also,
teamwork?
I'll even throw in, because it's obviously pass fail's always been a team game.
Yeah.
The
What?
speed that one goes in a race isn't necessarily the speed limit of an area.
But he's got to be going
That's
pretty, like you got to be approaching 12 miles per hour to get a speeding ticket, I think.
Well, wasn't the 12 miles per hour the average speed at the game?
That was the average speed.
So people could have been going faster, like
That's
13
true.
miles.
I'm gonna say, I like the hill thing. I'm gonna say 15 miles per hour.
Okay. Steve?
I'm gonna say 27.
Okay. I'll tell you that Emily was the closest, I think, unless I forgot what number Emily said. But no one gets a point here. The answer is, in fact, 8. 8 miles per hour.
Actually,
For a
quick
speeding
question.
ticket.
Is it not within 10?
No, for this one, it's within 1.
What?
Just for the last question, we make it a little bit tricky right at the end.
A little
Sort of like another trivia-themed television show that none of us have ever heard of before. At the end of that round, the points did not change, but I'm glad we learned some stuff about cars. Steve, your name comes next to the alphabet. Where do you want to take us?
Let's do I could use a win, I think.
Great. So, I could use a win. For this round, I'm going to ask you some easy low ball questions. Whoever is in first place cannot answer them. So right now, that is Emily. You cannot answer these questions. But these questions are all going to be themed around you. For example, what year were you born? Nick.
1999.
Yeah. Point to Nick there.
Damn.
What is your favorite color?
Ooh, Steve.
I saw Nick first.
Red.
Correct. Next question. How tall are you? I saw Nick first.
That would be 5'7".
Yes.
Check that.
I like this game.
You're going to believe that?
Why would I lie?
When was the last time you ate a bowl of cereal? Nick.
December 13th, 2021.
Wow, me too. And now, because of this, Emily and Nick are both tied for first. So only Steven can answer this last one. What color are your eyes?
Brown.
Point to Steven there. So true.
Actually, Steven didn't signal that he was ready to answer the question.
That's actually a very good point, Emily. Thank you.
So
But
I
hey, he could use the win, which in the spirit of this round means he gets the point. So at the end of that, Steven has 2 and Nick and Emily are neck and neck with 4 points a pop. Steve, where do you want to take us next?
Let's do TV first.
All right. On this, a random episode in the middle of the season, I thought it would be nice to ask some questions about the first time stuff was done on TV. That's all there is to this round. Questions about the first time things happen on TV. For example, what was the first music video shown on MTV? Steve?
Video killed the radio star.
Yes, of course it was Video Killed the Radio Star. Next question. What was the first show to be filmed in front of a live audience? Nick?
I Love Lucy.
Yes, I Love Lucy is in fact the answer that we are looking for.
Let's go.
In 1971, which sitcom became the first American television show to feature a disclaimer? Nick?
MASH.
It is not MASH. Good answer, though.
MASH a sitcom?
Yeah.
Sure. Wild sit, if I'm honest.
Emily?
Can we pretend that Tom and Jerry is a sitcom?
We can, but the disclaimers on Tom and Jerry didn't come until the 80s or 90s.
What?
The answer, Nick?
Happy Days.
No, Happy Days is not what we're looking for. I'll put us out of our misery. The answer I'm looking for is, in fact, All in the Family.
Why?
So, All in the Family with Archie Bunker. He would say stuff. Next question. Airing in 1957, which was the first TV show to show a toilet? Emily?
Let's say Leave It to Beaver.
Yes, Leave It to Beaver is, in fact, the answer I am looking for. And finally, in 2021, Cordarrelle Patterson became the first person to say fuck on Nickelodeon during an NFL game. What team was he playing for? Nick?
Giants, baby.
It is not the Giants, baby. Emily?
Can we say Jets?
It is not the Jets, as much as I would love that to be true. Steve?
Was it the Pats?
It is not the Pats. Nick?
Is that who the Patriots are? Is that like a shortened? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say the Miami Dolphins, Jack.
It is not the Dolphins. That's a good call. Emily?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
It is not the Steelers. I'll tell us it's one of the animal teams.
Oh, it's the animal team.
Nick?
Fuck, what are animals? Is one of them called the Bears? Is there a Bears?
Yes, the Bears is in fact the answer I am looking for.
It all comes back to Chicago.
The Bears. So, at the end of that, Steven has 3 points, Emily has 5 points, Nick has 6. Still anybody's game. Emily, where do you want to take us next?
Take me to the fish.
All right. So I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Their answers are going to rhyme with each other, and the first of these questions are going to be about fish. For example, which is the only kind of fish to have eyelids? And who was Lewis's partner? Nick?
Shark Clark?
Yes, Shark Clark is, in fact, the answer I'm looking for. Shark Clark. Which fish contains enough electricity in it to kill a horse? And which British singer is best known for his song Kiss from a Rose?
What's a pretty spicy fish?
Emily?
Never mind, but also I'll say it. What is jellyfish, but then also just fish? Jellyfish fish?
It is not jellyfish fish. My favorite British singer.
This close.
Vermont jam band Fish.
I love them.
Oh,
I love them, isn't it? They're pretty good, yeah.
I love when Kiss from a Rose goes on for 45 minutes. I saw Nick's hand first, but he put it down, so I'll give him a chance.
I was gonna say electric eel and then try to come up with a rhyme for that. So I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you that is the first half of it. Steve?
This is a joke. I was gonna say, is it Stingray Coldplay?
It is
That's
not
very good.
Stingray Coldplay. That's a good answer.
Beal. Ally McBeal.
That's all I have in my head. Ally McBeal.
Spiel, Steel. Fuck, man. I don't know.
All
Electric
right.
Eel, and is it like? Oh man, I don't know. Tell me.
Eating a meal.
Steve.
Is it Electric Eel and Seal?
Yes, the answer I'm looking for is, in fact, Electric Eel Seal.
One letter off from
Electric
Seal.
Eel Seal. Next question.
That's close.
Ironically named, which fish is actually quite slow, and which code is named after one of the inventors of the telegraph? Nick.
Fast fish, Patrick.
You know what? That's the exact answer I was looking for. You're not going to believe it, but Fast Fish Patrick is... No, I'm just teasing.
No.
Emily? Oh. All right.
I mean, I had a lot of fish named Speedy, so let's go with Speedy, the goldfish. And as the code, let's say SOS.
Speedy the goldfish SOS is not what I'm looking for. Nick?
I'm going to say Python is the code, and the fish is a Rhydon. That's a ground type Pokemon. That doesn't help.
I was about to say, Steve?
Is it Seahorse Morse?
Yes, Seahorse Morse is, in fact, the exact answer I am looking for. There are 2 more of these. Next question.
Oh my God.
And I saved these ones for the end because I think they're harder.
Oh,
Which fish can jump up to 2 feet in the air on land? And which constellation contains the North Star?
Which constellation does? Guys, let's work together. So, which constellation contains? Is it the big? I think the Big Dipper. No, Little Dipper. Little Dipper has the North Star. I think. I'm getting a slight nod from Steve.
I'm just trying to think of fish. I'm like trying to go through my Rolodex of like fish that I know.
Yeah. Well, he did mention sharks, and I don't know. Part of I know sharks are fish, but it doesn't feel like they are.
Is
Sharks are fish.
Is it a flying fish? Can that be the first half?
It
Flying
is not
fish?
a flying fish.
Is it a dolphin?
It is no, it is not a dolphin.
Jump 2 feet in the air on land?
Yeah.
What
The fish's name is about how it can jump on land.
That's awesome.
Land
Jumping fish.
shark.
It is not the land shark.
Fins up, baby.
I'm this close though. I can feel it. I think I know the second half, but I don't want to say it. Just in case. Can I get a half point? Please. No. Please, but I've been so good at this game. Please.
Yeah, this round in particular, we're all killing so much.
All right.
Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. The fish. No. We're not moving on until we get the fish at least. The fish can jump.
Can we go back to I need to win?
I need to win, fish.
Yeah. I could use a win at this point.
Okay, I'll just say the second half. I think it's Ursa Major. But what kind of little fishies would rhyme with that?
I'll tell you, it is not Ursa Major.
Then it'll have to be Big Dipper. Right?
Big Dipper, Little Skipper.
That is closer than you think it is.
Land Skipper, Sea Flipper, Dog.
All right, that is the closest I could get without telling you the answer. The answer I am looking for is, in fact, Mudskipper Big Dipper.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
I said that though.
No, you said Land Skipper.
Yeah, check the tape.
I did. No.
What is land, but just mud that hasn't become mud yet?
Exactly.
Think about it.
Next question. Which fish's name comes from a Tupi word, which also means scissors? And which lizard's name comes from the Taino word, Iwana?
And
I'm just asking you for a fish and a lizard that rhyme with each other.
I don't know either of those things.
Is iguana the second part?
Possibly. Do you know a fish that rhymes with iguana?
Iguana.
Your mama.
Yeah.
Your mama iguana.
Pufferfish.
Okay.
No, the answer I'm looking for is not, in fact, pufferfish, iguana.
Sea bass.
What do you think rhyming means?
Just kind of gives the feel.
Steve.
Piranha iguana.
Yes, piranha iguana is, in fact, the answer I am looking for.
You deserve that.
So, at the end of that
Good game.
45-minute round, Emily has 5 points, Stephen has 6, and Nick in the lead with 7. Nick, where do you want to take us last?
And it's a hard choice, but I think I'm gonna have to go chicken or the egg video games.
All right. I am going to tell you 2 historical events that are all themed around video games. You just have to tell me which came first. And if you get the answer wrong, no one can steal, and only in this round. Please don't talk about it before, unlike the other rounds. Which came first, the original PlayStation or the original Xbox? Nick.
Original PlayStation.
Yes, the original PlayStation is the answer I'm looking for. But which came first, Donkey Kong or Pac-Man? Nick.
No, it's the same year. I'm gonna say Pac-Man.
Pac-Man is, in fact, the answer I'm looking for. Now, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? Emily.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter is, in fact, the answer I'm looking for. Now, which came first? Mario and Sonic compete at the Olympic Games, or Mario and Sonic Melee in Super Smash Bros. Brawl? Emily.
Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
It is not. The answer I'm looking for is, in fact, at the Olympic Games. Close to each other, less than a year apart. I thought it was Smash Brothers before I started researching it. And final question in this round, which came first? The first ESRB rating for a video game, or the first movie to be rated PG-13? Nick?
So it's Temple of Doom or Mortal Kombat. I'm going to say Temple of Doom came out first.
It is, in fact, the first movie to be rated PG-13. So, at the end of that round, Emily and Stephen are tied with 6, Nick ahead with 10. As we go into the final round, that video game one helped you out a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
If everyone could grab something to write with and something to write on, for this final round, our contestants are going to have 60 seconds to write as many correct answers to the following category as they can. They will get 1 full point for every correct answer and lose 1 point for every incorrect answer. Now, this week, the final question is going to be name as many South American capitals as you can. 60 seconds starts now. As has been requested in the pre-show, because I didn't prepare a song this week. This week, you'll be hearing Eye of the Tiger. All right, time is up, hands up, eyes up, pencils down. Those are some promising looking faces. I do want to point out that this week's Pass-Fail final round was suggested by Pass-Fail alum Kennedy Christmas, who is incredibly annoyed that this round wasn't chosen when they were on, and insists that they would, quote, crush it. So, at the end of that incredibly competitive episode, Steve, what answers do you have?
The answer I have is that Kennedy can kiss my butt because I have none. I sat there, I really tried. I'm like, I'm gonna be cool with my 6 points that I got for doing silly rhymes. I'm content. I'm happy.
Yeah, and you earned them, buddy.
Thank you.
So, Emily, what answers do you have?
Do I have to say the... Okay, I have 3 answers.
I don't need countries, I just need cities.
Okay, well, I would like to say the countries as well, please.
Okay.
We have Bogota, Colombia.
Okay.
Quito, Ecuador.
Okay.
And Brasilia, Brazil.
Okay. I won't tell you, but some of those were right.
Yes.
Nick, what answers do you have?
How many points do I have again?
I won't tell you. We're making it dramatic.
That's
Say what you got.
I wrote Venezuela.
Wrong start.
Might be a country. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I also wrote Rio de Janeiro because of the bird movie.
I will tell you, neither of those are correct answers.
Ah, that really sucks.
It was a very close game of pass-fail. So, at the end of that, with a well-earned 6 points for knowing which words rhyme with fish, is Stephen. In second place, there's only 1 point between our top two in this episode. In second place with 8 points is Nick, and our winner with 9 points is Emily Conlon.
Yes.
Hey.
Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Pass Fail. Congratulations to Emily for the win. Thank you to all of our contestants, to Emily, to Nick, to Stephen. A very big help to me today, Stephen. One more big round of applause from within your homes. I can hear what you're doing, and I can hear you not clapping enough for our winner, Emily Conlon. We'll be back next week with 3 more wonderful student contestants, and I'll see you then. Make sure you learn a lot in the next week. Bye. It's my cool new catchphrase. No one likes it, but I'm not gonna.